responsibility is everywhere, from self, society, friends, family, work, everything. You literally carry the weight of the world on your shoulders nonstop, and you never get to put it down.
Manhood. Manhood is
you can't reach a cloud.
What is one good thing about being a little baby?
That it will be a long time to die. We get to crawl in people's laps.
When you're an infant, you pretty much have everything taken care of for you. You don't have very many responsibilities.
It's pretty much all about you all the time, right? The disadvantage of that is you don't really know anybody else and you can't talk, so it's kind of difficult.
I think in childhood, I think it's an ideal time. Again, it depends on if you're in a good situation or bad, but you know, things like playing are encouraged. You know, again, most of your needs are met by other people, and there's certainly there's an innocence and a freedom that you don't necessarily have as you get older. You don't realize how messed up the world can be yet, and you kind of just enjoy it. When you see things, you know, through those childhood eyes, I think that, you know, it's a good thing.
It's really fun to ride a scooter.
Okay.
I have friends who are really good.
A little more responsibility, still rely a lot on your parents, still have a lot of fun.
Disadvantages would be you really have no freedom, you're completely helpless, you can't go anywhere without someone being with you, you're vulnerable to the world.
It's a trying and learning time for them. And they want to grow up faster than they can.
Now, teenager, adolescent, now you're starting to balance everything. Now you're starting to find your place outside of even the school that you live in, right? So you're branching out.
Disadvantages. You think the world's your oyster, and then you find out it isn't. And a lot of times, young people get very, very disillusioned and disappointed, which isn't good.
It's tough because you begin to lose that, you know, the innocence of childhood. You begin to be hurt more by the world, I think. You begin to have to deal with more grown-up issues, but you're not quite able to do that yet. And, you know, it can be a real painful time for a lot of folks. It can also be a wonderful time. But that growing up period, you know, growing up and change takes place sometimes through difficulty and a little bit of suffering. So I guess you're kind of being molded at that point, which is a tough thing to go through.
Adulthood, that's where the good times really begin. Your responsibility is everywhere, from self, society, friends, family, work, everything. You literally carry the weight of the world on your shoulders nonstop, and you never get to put it down.
And advantage is you can do whatever you want within reason.
When you're an adult, you can basically be whatever you want to be. There's no limitations.
You have ultimate freedom, pretty much, within the law. You can go anywhere you want, whenever you want. You have money to spend.
The advantages. There's a whole new world out there for you to explore. And you get a wonderful feeling knowing that in this country you can strive for the stars. You can accomplish so much. And looking for a good partner, if you have a mind to settle down, get married, and raise a family, which is the most joyful state in the world, if you find the right person. And I did, I was lucky. So I hope you guys are too.
Old age. Still have the same amount of responsibility, but you just don't care as much, I don't think.
You are very wise. You know a lot because you've been around for a while.
Old age, you kind of have done all the work you really wanted to do already, and you start to slow down and just kind of relax.
When you get older, and I'm not talking about older, I consider myself older, not elderly. When you do get older, you cannot do the things you did when you were young or younger, even in adulthood. You think you can, and you try it, and then you get frustrated. So you just have to live every day as it comes to the fullest that you're capable of.
So this is the new year. I don't feel any different. The clanking of crystal, explosions off in the distance. In the distance.
Disadvantage, sometimes they like lose their hearing and sight and stuff. That really sucks. And, you know, have to use those diapers. But other than that, I mean,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's definitely going
great
in, by the way.
about being old.
Okay. All right.
Alright, those diapers.